the idea that musicians such as yourself have an opportunity to distribute your music to millions and millions of people without having to go to the monolithic record industry and ask them for that support is a benefit to you.
I knew from the start you would leave me. All the signs were there in black and white.
Well, I think it's affecting the music in a positive way. I know there's a lot of artists out there that don't like the recording. Usually they're bigger artists that already have a bunch of money and they want to keep it that way. But for us smaller time artists, it's a great tool for getting your music out there. And I encourage people to tape shows. The Waybacks encourage it. My band Warrenwood and the Hoodlums encourages it. Tape our show, pass it to your friends, put it online, just post it. I don't care if it's the best show ever or not. Just get it out there, let people hear it. And word of mouth is a great thing, and gets more people to your shows and ultimately sells more CDs.
That you leave me on a Sunday, and you'd have a brand new man Monday night.
I'm almost back. Well, and it kind of changed the business model around a lot. And so it's kind of a double-edged sword. In some ways, it kind of hurt sales and stuff like that. In some ways, but then on the other hand, it really is a great promotional thing for a lot of people. It's the yin and yang of things. It's like on one hand, it has slowed things down financially for some people, and on the other hand, it's been a gain. And so I think it's good ultimately.
What about for yourself? Gain?
I'm not sure.
I mean, you can still have a local community of music, but those never made that much money anyway. They were about putting energy into your local community of music. So you play with your friends and you play for free and you play in coffee shops or you busk. Or you have a friend who starts a little, who has enough money to like make some cassettes or who, whatever, you have all of those social networks that take time to build and people you trust and other bands that you like and you go to each other's shows and like that all still happens. It isn't a guaranteed source of income, it never was. The point is you also now have this other thing, which is putting something on YouTube, but I'm kind of like, if, you have the opportunity to get something on the internet, it's going to go really far, or you can not put it there.
John Hurt, who's probably one of my favorite guitar players. As far as how it's affected me, a lot of the songs that I knew really well when I was growing up, I can just kind of, now that I'm a much better guitar player, much better musician, just pick up my guitar and play something from memory, something that I've never attempted to play before, just because I know it so well. I certainly do like to steal music on the internet. Yeah, my guitar's out of tune, my fingerpicking's rusty as shit, but.
People were just recording on cheaper media, and there were still just as many people making music that wasn't as good. Positively, it means that a lot less crappy music makes it to the main media because there's so much more available.
And what motivates me, I am motivated by the whole interactive process, and the people on the dance floor are also producers and consumers because I need to give them something that they want to dance to. If you're playing in a band, you need to make stuff that people actually want to relate to.
You know, like my chicken fried, cold beer on a
I think it's great because people can find out who you are, and the more people that have your music, the more people that come to your shows. It's great for me because I'm a touring band and I want people to come see us perform. And for people that all they depend on is people buying their recordings to make a living, that's not going to be able to happen anymore. So it kind of separates the men from the boys on the touring side, because if you can't recreate what's on that album on a stage, you might as well go home and pack it up. So I like that. That's good.
I think overall it's having a positive effect, but it's throwing the traditional money trail off. So it's since our society is mostly organized around the cash flow, so it's going through a tremendous amount of change right now. So it kind of change makes everybody a little edgy or whatever. But I think, and then it's making recordings less valuable. To go into a little something else is with the technology, is the CD is such an inferior medium that it's also had a great part in cheapening the whole experience of having a record and really being close to it and really having that thing be emotional. And I personally feel like the CD doesn't really touch you emotionally like old record with or analog sound, more in particular. And then, so it's cool that all this music is available, and it's great to look at old clips of, some clip of Flat and Scruggs is awesome, like on YouTube. But I unfortunately, I feel like people just don't have stereos like they used to have. And like I set up my old tube, I fixed this tube amp, and I put it on a vinyl record, and I got big speakers. And you put it on a record, and the damn record overtake you, and you're not going to have that experience sitting in front of a computer with little tiny speakers. It's just not going to happen.
I think that there's a lot of musicians that, like the bigger names, that would want to essentially sequester YouTube because it's essentially giving, like, in the major label scene, like everything that an artist does is completely managed, and so it's so tightly held because they want to own every piece of it. And the label has done such a poor job of like adapting to new technology. But for an independent artist, just a bunch of guys who are, we have no label, we've been doing this all ourselves, word of mouth, total grassroots. I don't think that there's anything more. There's no more vital tool to like keep yourself relevant, than YouTube, than to do, like, to know that potentially, I mean, the sound may be terrible, they're taking videos on their cameras, but to potentially know that what you're doing night to night is like literally like streaming out to the masses and streaming out to people.
Elders and fans to see has been able to expose me to all kinds of the crazies forever. I wrote videos for like cobra venom, making me able to infest the hearts and minds of people bored at work who have pocketbooks full of cash, who want to put my face on their bodies. Cha-ching! Negatives are, let me just say, every time I get one of those comments about how they want to rub my tushy and kiss my blankets, sometimes that's a little scary. That's my only negative. I dig it. I'm a fan.